find yourself constantly chasing clients for content? Well, today I'm revealing the ultimate hack every social media manager needs to know to never run out of client content again. I've partnered up with Riverside to show you this game-changing secret in order for you to work smarter and not harder. Hey, my name is Mel and I own a multi-six-figure social media agency, and I now help social media managers do the same. If you're an aspiring six-figure social media manager, then make sure you grab my roadmap to becoming a six-figure social media manager that I will drop right here. Now let's dive in. The first thing you're going to do is plan one studio session a month with your social media management clients to create high-level, long-form content. Now, the reason why this is so important if we want to work smarter and not harder is because you would only need about one, maybe even two, but technically only one studio session a month to create long-form content with them. And if they're already not providing you with content, it's going to be tough getting them on camera and great content, right? Once they are on camera. So inviting them to a studio session solves all of these problems. And so you are going to use a Riverside studio in order to invite them and record with you. So of course you've done a strategy first, you've mapped out the content ahead of time, so you know more or less what you want to record. So let's take a look at what it is like inside of the Riverside studio and how you can make that a seamless workflow for yourself and your social media management clients. So here I'm inside the Riverside studio, and this is not only used for podcast, guys. This is really used for many, many things right now, including recording like this, right? So I go to the studio. This is my own studio, and I can set my name however I want, strategist, marketing strategist, and you will mark whether you're using headphones or not. You can choose your camera and all of that good stuff, as you can see here. Then I'm gonna join the studio. I'm not using headphones right now, so I'm gonna join the studio. So you can see myself here. You can invite a guest, which would be your client in this case, to the actual studio. Now the great part is you can completely customize and personalize the studio to your client's branding. So what you would do here, you will go into brand, you would use logo, and you can actually start uploading. I am going to upload my own logo here. And of course, you would technically want to do this with your client content. So as you can see here, my logo appears, which is cool. And you can even decide where you want to place that and which corner. I'm just going to leave it up here for now. You can make it large, medium, however you like it. So you can make it like a real interview. And especially on social media right now, the fake podcast episodes, fake, right, where there's just recordings of people, are very, very popular. So it's a great time now to hop on these and start creating these with your clients. So as you have set all their branding, you can incorporate whether you want it to fit like this, and it will be more of a horizontal, or you can film it to where your face actually fits like that. It's kind of up to you how you want to do that. It could be useful to do the fit, just so you have more room to edit after, and you would simply record with your client. So you can add some links here, some text. So here, this would show up at the bottom, and other media like once you're actually recording. And so before you ask me, well, what would I ask a client? Of course, you've strategized. If you want to make it even easier and take it to the next level, what I would recommend you do is use ChatGPT to help you get started with those questions specifically for your clients. So what you can do is you can go into ChatGPT and create a prompt along the lines of create a list of interview questions I can ask my client who is a hair studio owner and is actively looking to hire new stylists. Once I hit enter, it's going to come up with a list of questions. And again, you can customize these, right? So you don't have to ask these specifically. But here you can see it has some questions about the studio, hiring needs, since we specifically asked them to create questions with their goal in mind that they want a new stylist, team dynamics, client interactions, and professional development, scheduling, compensation, hiring process. So these are all tailored to the objective of wanting to hire new stylists. So again, you can use these for inspiration, you can tweak them and have a very candid conversation with your client to make sure they're comfortable on camera. And you can cut yourself out later, as we'll talk about editing, when you're actually getting to the social footage. So if you want to get started and schedule those monthly recording studio sessions with your social media clients, make sure you sign up for Riverside, and you can also use my code MILU15 in order to get an additional discount. So you can use all the features I'm showing you in today's video. So now that you have gotten familiar with the studio, you've customized it in a way that fits your client's brand and that you feel comfortable with it, now it's time to take it to the next level and utilize features inside of the actual studio, such as the teleprompter. So I showed you how you can use ChatGPT to prepare yourself and have seamless interview questions. Now, in order to make it even more smooth as you do these sessions, especially if there's something new you're going to start doing, you can use a teleprompter and notes that you can add here for both you and your clients, where you would go, hey, welcome everyone. Today I'm sitting down with, and then your client's name. First question, second question. And so you can fill this in so that you stay on script. There is an agenda for you, and simply hitting the teleprompter here where you can see, hey, welcome everyone. Of course, speed is very fast here. I would want to slow that down so that you are fully prepared. So this way you're completely prepared and you are a pro at actually hosting your clients, guests, you name it. So utilizing all the features here is really going to set you up for success. Now, outside of the teleprompter, you can also have a script itself that you just use as notes on the side. But personally, I think the teleprompter itself is a really great feature, not only for Riverside, but even if you are recording, or not only for your client's content, even if you're recording for yourself, right? Video, we know we can get stuck with either your words, and having a little script in front of you can really, really help you. So now that you have recorded your first session, it's time to create some magic. Quite literally. So inside of Riverside, they have the magic feature, magic clips, and I'm going to show you how this is going to take your recording, actually turn it into social content that you can now schedule for your clients, and again, never run out of content with them. So if I go here into my own studio session, here is one I recorded. Here is where you would find the actual magic clips. And again, you need to have a video that's longer than 5 minutes, and you can have it to where it adds captions and edits it for you using AI there as well. So again, you have very little effort after that recording session. So here you can see kind of what that would look like and how it even creates social snapshots based on the content that is recorded. And so it turns into your own editor in itself as well. So if you still have edits to do, again, it's all inside of Riverside, the studio, the editor, turning it into social clips. So here with my recording, you can see how I can optimize it for YouTube, Spotify, such as podcasts, video recordings, shorts, reels, and TikToks, LinkedIn and Instagram if you want to do one-on-one, but also audio only. You could also strip the audio and use it as a voiceover for clients. So typically you would probably be using this one the most, where you can edit the scene and really optimize it to how you would want it to look. So now that you've gotten your recording and social clips ready to go, there's one last thing that allows you to create even more content out of the recording studio sessions you're going to do inside of Riverside. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I love to work smarter and not harder. And so you can make the most out of these recording sessions outside of turning them into clips. So what I would recommend you do is to even transcribe your studio sessions, which actually will be provided inside of Riverside as well, where you can allow Riverside to AI write your show notes, which generates chapter, a summary, and key takeaways for your audience. Now, the summary there is so great because you can actually pull quotes from your transcripts, from things your clients is saying, right? If they're explaining things in those studio sessions, and share their knowledge and expertise. And you can take that content and turn them into carousels, because a well-rounded social media strategy does not only consist of video, right? It's a combination of video, static content, still content, because we don't necessarily want to consume video all the time. So you want to have a mixture of both while still making that type of content from the initial recordings that you're creating inside of Riverside. So using the AI show notes is the first step here. Then once you actually publish your YouTube videos or whatever it may be, you can take it one step further with AI and ask AI to actually turn that video into a blog post. And so you can then take that blog and put it on a client's website or offer that as a service where you also turn it into blog post additionally as an add-on. And you can publish that in so many different ways. Blog posts, you can create articles on LinkedIn. There is endless content there at this point, as you can see. So if you're as excited as me to use Riverside Studio to start producing endless content with our social media management clients, then make sure you sign up and create a free account to check out the studio and use my code MILU15 so you can save some money there as you try and test their pro account. Now that wraps up our video for today on how you can create endless content using my hack and workflow I shared today. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I create weekly videos here on YouTube. And I'll see you next week.